So one thing you can do with effects is pan them. And this is all part of the greater goal of layering effects. And I've got another video that will talk more specifically about layering, but I wanted to focus on panning specifically in this video. So we all know that panning is really important for individual tracks. That's how you set things in space. That's how you can say, okay, the drums are over here, the kick is here, the guitars are over here, the vocals are there, whatever the case may be, right? Well, effects are no different. And what's great is when you're talking about creating an ambient atmosphere, you should use your pans. Again, this is another reason why I like the idea of using sends for effects, because it gives you more control over panning. So I'll give you an example here of how you can pan effects. I've got a reverb on this analog bass here. I've also going to add a send to bus 9 for this other reverb, my other bass element. And I'm going to send most of it there. In fact, I'll go post fader. And so I've got two elements going to this reverb. Now what I can do is I can pan the effect just a little bit to the right. And you'll see why I'm doing this. So if you listen to these two, and you can hear more of that sound in the right side there. However, why would I want to pan that to the right? Well, let's say I was working with another reverb here, and I've got my reverb on bus 4, which is my long reverb. And I've got some piano that is going here. So if I were to bring this piano up, and bring that in. Now, that's pretty intense, right? So I might do a couple things. I might send a little less of the track over there. And I also might say, you know what? This bus 4, I've got this intense thing. I'm going to pan that to the left a little bit, and I'm going to mirror where I have the other reverb going. So let's listen to that. As you can hear, this is giving it a ton of space, and I'm shaping the ambient nature of these reverbs. And you can, of course, dial things back and take your time and really work with things. Play with your sends like I was just doing, making it so that, you know, if you don't want to send quite so much, you don't have to. And play with your pans when you're doing something like that. So now what I might do with my reverb is set something up. So I've got a reverb on bus 5, which is my vocal group. And I've got this pan dead center. So now if you listen to everything, and what this does is it just gives me some different space with my reverb with panning. The last thing I'll say about this is to strongly encourage you to avoid panning your reverbs hard left and hard right. Now notice here I've panned them a little to the right and a little to the left, but I have not panned them all the way to the left or all the way to the right. You're essentially, if you are doing a reverb, that will sound a little odd if you have your reverbs completely in one section, because reverbs by their very nature are supposed to be sort of echoey and flowy and have space to them. So having them come from only one side is probably going to sound weird. Now, I'm not going to say never ever do it. I'm saying it, I would strongly recommend you don't. But if you are feeling that there is a creative reason that you want to do it, I mean, who am I to tell you not to do it? Just a suggestion. So try it out. Don't just slap reverb on things and let them sit there. Pan those reverbs around and really create a space